What is going on, everybody? I want to welcome you guys to Liquid Brokers and how to use their liquid charts, where you can actually start taking trades and interacting with the market. At this point, guys, you would have already downloaded liquid charts onto your desktop or your laptop, and you would have already set up your own account on liquidbrokers.com. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to get into this, okay? So from left to right, we're going to do this like you read a book, all right? Right off the bat, we have our balance, okay? I think we all know what that is. Shows you how much money's in there, your equity and your profit and loss, your used margin. And then right over here, you have a drop-down menu that if you click on this, it's going to show all of your accounts that you've created on liquidbrokers.com, okay? So you can access your demos, your lives, all in one area, okay? Moving along, right here, this is your trading account, okay? This is your trading account. And to the right, we have trading dashboard. Trading dashboard is super cool because you're able to see your performance. You can see in here, you have your total net profit and loss, your average daily net profit and loss, your risk to reward, your return, your how long you're in a trade, and things like that, which is super, super helpful when you're trying to scale your account and trying to understand your overall performance. Next one, trading journal. It will show you every trade that you've taken, and you can come in here and you could tag these trades like, was this an impulse trade? Did I take this trade on a market event? Did I use proper strategy? Did I trade during just the news? Or was this whole trade just an error? And then technical analysis. Now, technical analysis just immediately opens up 4 different spaces. Personally, I don't use this. This is obviously for like more advanced people that are looking at multiple different markets at one time, but the option is there as well. Going back to my trading account, because this is really where you're going to do a lot of your operation at, to be honest. Now, again, from left to right. So as you can see, mine opened up with, and yours may open up and look a little bit different. I've actually been on this kind of a long time, so I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but I can show you what you can do to make it look like this if you're the kind of person that wants to like follow along really, really close and do exactly what it is that I'm doing. So mine opened up with 3 charts over here. You can actually just exit out of these charts completely, and there's a plus sign right here, and you can add things, okay? You can add another chart, okay? You can add cash movements, you can add a positions, which is actually down here. You can add a watch list, you can add orders, order trade history, you can add all these things right here on this tab all the way across, okay? So let's add another chart. Now, when you add another chart, it is going to immediately make a new chart. And now you have access to both charts, but they automatically open up at Apple. What we want to be able to do is look at multiple different things, right? So maybe we want to look at coin. So you'd have to know what it is. It's BTC USD, right? And then some people like looking at gold, which is XAU USD. And you just press enter. And you just type it in that little box and it pulls it up, okay? So now we have 2 different charts, Bitcoin and gold. And one of the really cool features that you could do here is maybe you want to look at these charts together because they may be both in position, or you're waiting for one to move, but you don't want to miss, your opportunity on the other instrument. So what you can do is you can left click and drag out. You see how these boxes are created? Anywhere I drop this chart, it's going to be in that box. Okay, like I can drop it here. It lets you know where you cannot drop it. I can drop it here. Okay, now I have gold and Bitcoin all in the same page, which is super awesome. Okay, now I can analyze 2 different markets and wait for the setups that I'm waiting for. And if you want to take it back and you're like, I like it when it was together, this is too much information, just left click and drag the chart again, right here, and put it back on top. Now you can switch between them. Now, obviously we just did this. This is where you change what financial instrument you're looking at or what market you're looking at. And then down here, you have sell, and then this box is your lot size, and then this box is your buy. And then right here is your time frame, okay? As you can see, it says XAU USD, gold versus US dollar, 1 minute. Well, we can change that to the day. And then another little cool thing or cool feature is you can have multiple charts on here that are looking at multiple different time frames, and they're open all together. So you're able to see the move in the market and actually get what it is that you're waiting for. Now, right here is the chart type, right? So what kind of candles? You have all the different candles. And then right here are the drawings, okay? You have all the different drawings right here that you can use. Some of them are most of them are actually super, super similar to TradingView. So if you are familiar with TradingView, then you're going to be very familiar with the tools that are in here. The tools are also right here, left hand side here as well. And all you need to do, if you can't see all the tools, is just use the scroll wheel on your mouse and it'll scroll all the way down, okay? You also have your magnet mode, your drawing mode, your synchronized drawing, your hide all your drawings, or delete all drawings, okay? Now, over here you have your indicators. Now, if you click on indicators, this kind of works in the same fashion as TradingView, except for one thing in particular. If, say, we want to use like an exponential moving average, right? So we type in EMA, we're like, okay, exponential moving average. Or you can left click and drag it over here, okay? And then it'll put it on there. And you can change the settings of it as well, like the length, we go like, 50. We could change the color and things like that, okay? So that's how you add an indicator. You have multi-chart, you have a snapshot, so you're able to like take screenshots of this. Like, let's say you're part of a community like I am. You could take screenshots of this and drop it inside your community, kind of show people what it is that you're doing, maybe even ask some of the people that are like absolutely killing this on a high level inside of your community if what you're looking at is cool or what it is that they see. And then you have all the chart settings, okay? Watermark, candle wick, vertical grid, horizontal grid, high and low. You can kind of come in here to the trading, the legend, the scales, and the data and kind of start clicking these things on and off. Like if I click the volume, it disappears on the bottom, right? And then we can get rid of the volume. I actually don't like looking at the volume, and generally this OHLC, I don't look at that, right? So get rid of that. Scales, data, colors, you can change your candlestick colors to any color you want. You can change what color the dojis are when they come out, the watermark of the instrument behind here, the grid itself, the values and scales. Like we can click on this and just be like, oh, yellow. So see, it turns it yellow, purple, that's kind of cool. Do I like white? I like white. Okay, and so you can do that. And then another really cool thing too, if we just keep moving to the right, is, and I kind of skipped over this a little bit, so my apologies, but you can have this drop down thing here and access all these different settings. Okay, like you can open up a live account from right here. You can switch the light theme, okay? Not my favorite, but you can do it. And then you can also switch these sounds to like order execution, or like when an order gets rejected and it'll play like a sound or something like that. And then the very next thing, guys, is how you would actually take a trade on this, okay? So let's say, for instance, and this is why we're doing this on a demo account, because I'm actually going to take a trade. So let's say, for instance, we're on the day chart, showed you guys how to change the time frame already. Say we drop down to the 15-minute and we're looking at gold. And we're like, with the strategy that we're using, it's setting up for the sell, okay? Let's say we're using the strategy, all your rules are aligned, and you're ready to take the sell, okay? You're like, okay, how do I sell? How do I take the trade? Well, you just come up here to the left where I showed you where the sell was, and your lot size was, and your buy was, and you literally hit sell. And this window pops open. It's a new order window. And as it's open, it's gonna give you a live second-by-second update on what's going on inside of this market right here, okay? It also shows you what symbol it is that you're messing with. You see that? You can change it, okay? You can literally change it inside of here. So let's say you were looking at TradingView. This would be a really odd way to do this, but like just for instance, like if you were looking at TradingView and you saw a setup happening, but your chart is open on gold, but you see a setup happening on Bitcoin and you're like, oh my gosh, and you accidentally hit sell inside of gold, where you can come in here and just go BTC USD, okay? And now you're literally gonna be taking a trade on Bitcoin, okay? So you can change it right here. It doesn't need to be what it was that you clicked on, okay? Whoops. I just like immediately entered this trade. So clicking on the sell, this is the symbol, this is what you're selling. Now the market type, okay? We have all the market types here, a limit and a stop, okay? Not really sure what OCO is, to be completely honest, but all I really focus on are market, limits, and stops, okay? Now lot size. Lot size, you can change this. You can go as high as you want, and you can only go this low. But this is where you would change your lot size at. This is where you're telling your trade, like, I want to make this much money per pip, okay? That's what the lot size is. Now, there's no parameters on this trade, which means we don't have a stop loss, we don't have a take profit. If we just hit send order right now, we would have no stop loss and no take profit. The most riskiest thing that you could possibly do in trading, right? So how do we do that? Well, all we do is we hit the protection order, and it's gonna immediately drop down stop loss and take profit. Now, if you've already been analyzing this market and you already have like a trade set up and you've been looking at TradingView, or maybe you have access to the scanners that we have access to over here and you found a trade set up on there, well, you would input the stop loss where you have your boxes marked out for your short position. You would literally put it in here, and then your take profit would also be in here. And one of the coolest things about this, guys, is maybe you're really curious on what 1% of your account would be if I was at like a 0.06 lot size. All you need to do is change this, guys. Change this to percent of balance, and this whole number will change. 1%? Awesome. 1% is literally $908 of $90,000. It literally tells you right here, okay? Tells you how many pips that is. Tells you what price that is. And a lot of times we like to risk no more than 1% of our account. So now I know for certain that I'm going to be getting into a trade that is 1% of my account. And then you could do the exact same thing for your take profit. Let's shoot for like a 1 to 3, okay? The profit, $2,000. You're risking $908 to make $2,000, almost $3,000. And we can send this order. Hit send order. Cool. We're on the 15-minute, so the parameters are probably huge. Let's go to the day chart and see if we can see what I want to see. Awesome. As you can see right here, guys, it shows you your open trade. Okay? You have your stop loss up here. You have your take profit right here. But that's not where this stops, guys. There's so much more you can do. There's a little thing up here where you can stretch this to the left. Why you would want to do this, I don't know. Maybe this stuff is getting in your way. Maybe you like to see these lines cutting through. Maybe you like to know where the market's at all the time. Whatever the reason be, you can scoot this. And it kind of locks in place. It just stays there, okay? Now, another really cool feature is trailing your stop loss, okay? To be able to change your stop loss rather quickly, you know, in the nick of time, or even change it at all or seamlessly, but you don't really want to go in there and type in all the numbers. Well, you can stay right here in this area and you can click on your stop loss and drag it. And yeah, that means you could do the exact same thing with your take profit and just hit modify. Whenever you're done, it'll tell you what you did right here. Okay, we're in profit. Super, super cool. Okay, this was just funny stuff, right? We didn't really do any analysis. And as you can see down here, it shows your open trade. It shows your profit and loss, your size. Now, another really cool thing is you could double click on this and it'll bring up the modify position protection. So you can come in here and do the exact same thing, right? So I can come back in here and be like, okay, percent of balance, you know, just do 1% back to that. To be honest, you know, we're shooting for 2% for profit, you know, and it'll immediately change it just like that. And that's how you take a trade. Now, there's a couple things that you can do as well. Taking partials. The way to take partials is this, right? If I hit this, X, close positions, it's going to tell me we're going to sell. I'm up $7, $8, and I want to close a partial. Well, I can come in here, turn that to a 3. What this is going to do, it's going to close 0.03 out of the 0.06 that I have in the market. Okay, you see, it says 0.06 right here for my sides. I'm taking away 0.03. It literally says 0.03 out of 0.06. So when I hit close position, now that I'm in the negative, it's gonna not make me any money, but when I hit close position, it's going to change this number to a 3. Close it, now it's a 3. And the reason why this is beneficial is because a lot of times people want to like get in and they'll make a trade, but and it's going really, really well, and they want to hold it overnight, but they want to secure profits. So you can literally move your stop loss into profit, just like that. Okay, if you are in profit, it'll let you do it. Move your stop loss into profit, and you can take partials. So now you've taken money off the table, but you've also protected your trade completely. You're not losing any money. You're all in the green, no matter what. All right. Now, I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of feature on here that I would like to go over, but you can make this thing your own, like 100%. You can come in here to this plus sign that we talked about earlier. You can add a watch list. Okay, you can go to my list, favorites, public list. The public list is the default that Liquid Charts comes with already. So if I click metals, it'll literally take me to the metals that we can trade here, right? And if I want to see the metals while I see my chart, I just left click, drag it down, drop it, and now I got the chart over here. You can come in here in the center and space some of this stuff. So yeah, you can take this, stretch it like this, resize it, do whatever you want. You can really make this thing look like however you want to make it look. You can pull a chart over here. We can add another chart here, you know. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, where'd it go? Where'd you go? Right here, you know. So you can get things in here and really make this look like however you want it to look. And I'll drop a chart up here. So now I got this row, and then I got this row down here, right? And I can resize this. I can come in here and go to the settings and get rid of, you know, the things that I don't like in here, you know, things like that, man. You can just do all this. You can really make it look like whatever you want to make it look like. And I just wanted to show you guys how to really use this. You can take multiple trades, you know, a trade on this one. You can take a trade on this one. You know, you can change your lot size here, just like I showed you guys, you know, minus, 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 plus, plus, plus. You know, maybe you don't like looking at this market right here, you know, so you can change it, bro. Like you can come in here and be like, oh, well, I don't like looking at Apple. We can look like at Ethereum and USD, right? And then, like I said last time, right? Come here, add a chart. Let's get rid of this one. It came back, okay. And we can go like Ethereum USD, okay. And then we can set now we got one on the 1 minute. You know, we can look at it on the 30 or the 15 at the same exact time, right? Now it's a lot of information, but I'm just saying, like, it's pretty brilliant what Liquid Charts allows you to do. And that's it in a nutshell, guys. Like, that's really how you use it. The rest of all the little doodads and the little things that it has, like, that's really up to y'all to figure out how to use. Like, yeah, you can come in here and hit sell right now. Like, there's so many different ways to go about trading in this, and I just wanted to, you know, come on here and explore it with you guys. And that's pretty much it. That's how you use Liquid Charts. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and drop it in the comments below. If you guys want to reach out personally, you can find me on Instagram at Colburn, and you can ask me questions on there as well, okay? And then on top of that, if you guys want access to this broker, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link in the bottom. You can just click on it and sign up for Liquid Brokers right there and get this thing rocking. So peace, love, and happy trading, y'all.